Hello everybody, how's it going, and welcome back to the Kill Connor Club podcast, episode 111. I'm one of your hosts, James, and I'm joined, as always, by Tyler.
As always, how's it going, my friend?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Very well. Very well. Excited for another podcast, as always. Of course, this podcast brought to you by the great people over at patreon.com/as always. So thanks to our Patreon producers for making the show happen. That is King Richard III, Smexy Dork, Elstico91, H-Pass12, I got Big Shoes, Seth, and Josh Devlier. Appreciate you guys. Got a lot of things to cover today, but it's not going to be a super lengthy podcast because we've all got lives and things to do. You've got your parents coming around later today. Is that right? So
I do indeed.
Probably be less than a normal length of podcast, 90 minutes at most. But we're gonna have some fun. We've got a few topics to cover. 10 years since the release of Uncharted 2, my favorite personally of the original trilogy. Lots of Marvel stuff to cover, Star Wars, things like that. It's exciting. Good times ahead. So I'm keen. And as the people are joining the stream that are listening to this podcast live here on YouTube, of course, don't forget to like the stream, obviously. And I mean, if you're listening on podcast services, give us 5-star reviews, things like that, or go fuck yourself. So, anywho, thanks. If you like what you're listening to here and you want to hear more, just head over to patreon.com/as always for just $1 a month. You get exclusive access to the Clubhouse podcast every week. The Kill Connor Club podcast isn't on. It's the best podcast on the internet. You have to go check it out if you haven't already. It's phenomenal. The thing I'm most proud of is, as always, is once people join, they stick around. That's what matters to me. Exactly. I don't care about someone giving us $20 one month. $1. Stick around. You won't regret it. There's so much content on there. Over 70 episodes of Clubhouse. Plus a week's early access to the Cinema Room podcast. We just recorded before this podcast the Cinema Room for El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. So once this podcast wraps up, that podcast goes live on Patreon a week early. Plus there's other stuff that's exclusive over there. We did a drunk watch of the Assassin's Creed movie. It's hilarious.
That's true. It is.
There's all this stuff, and it's just $1, and you get all this stuff. It's amazing, and you'll want to stick around on the journey as always develops, grows, with new shows, new content, things that will be happening in 2020, with our next relaunch for all our stuff. It's exciting. All right. So to thank a few more of the Sweet Ventures Labs over at patreon.com/as always, let's go through the $5 plus list. That is King Richard III, Smexy Dork, Elstico91, H-Pass12, I got Big Shoes, Seth, Ballsack47, Damian, Billy, the Team Tynamite Captain Robertson, Tman Travis, SuperTuberEddie, Baby Boy, KEMOSABE Gamer, aka my best friend Toby, Casey Wood, Pink Flame 313, Adam Sundling, Alfie Rowsell, Jamie Brown, Jesper Olsen, Lumistrad, DIDDLOTIC, Mario 5380, Lives in a Society, The Creed, Fat Fuck Cuck, Brendon, Overlord, RAVJAI, Ikraik, Oscar, Benedict Parker Returns, Jimli, James Enelad, Connor Durose Bully in the Alley, Zahir the FAT Gamer, Max H. Jean, Zeek Collins lives in a society as well, apparently. Son of a bitch, OG Doggo, George Noah Watts, Furious Coco, Nick Miller, the ACMJS, Travanovsky, McZed, Kassassin, Kyle, Estros, Marcus Blackburn, Emil Catwalk, Joshua Mori, Ginka Swag, Master Bass, Ashton the Lad, Amir the Synth Potato, Yazan, Joe the Sexy Boy Smith, Joe aka Found It Scarab, Iron Man's For the Dads, Deraday, Alfie Rodbert, Brian Ford, Casper, I was about to say Milk Boy. Why the fuck did I do that? He's not there. Fuck off, Milk Boy. Fishy and Andrew Martinez. Thanks to Sweet Ventures Lads for helping out this podcast. God. Reading the list as if I haven't read it an hour ago.
Is Milk Boy still around, or is he completely gone?
I don't know if he's completely gone. He might have just gone down. I love Mario. I fucking hate the Patreon list. Who comes after me? Who is it?
We'll never know. I mean, we know his name because we can see his email, but I don't want to say it if he hasn't given it. I don't know who that is though. Like I genuinely don't know.
Yeah, we'll just leave it as is.
Yeah, I'm glad we don't know.
So am I, to be honest. It's a mystery for us all. It's great.
He's anonymous, but he's not really part of the community, or maybe he is. We don't know.
Or maybe he is. He probably is. I'd say. Yeah. Well, what's been going on, man? What's new? You've moved into your house. That's happened.
I tell you what. Before I answer this, give me 2 seconds to close my blinds because the sun is glaring in and it's really hot through the glass, and I'm afraid that I'm gonna melt during the podcast. I will be 10 seconds. Just hang in there, gamers.
If you'd just done it, we'd already be back.
And I'm back.
There you
go.
That's what
that was like I was in a flash. What were we saying? Oh, what's going on? Yeah, so I moved in to my house officially, properly. This is now where I'm living, which is interesting.
How's it feeling at the moment?
It's feeling a lot more normal now. It took a bit of getting used to after living in the house that my parents live in currently for 21 years, because it's most of my life. We haven't moved around a lot, only once when I was 1. So that's sort of all I've known. And then, you know, it's strange, but it gets more normal every day. So just getting used to things, getting in the swing of things. And it's great having this office space, though. It's really helpful. And
Yeah, how's the setup? Are you really happy with it?
Oh, I am now. It took so long to get set up. And I mean, you can see bits and pieces. I uploaded that vlog, moving everything and sort of saying goodbye to the old setup and everything. But moving it took me so fucking long, because there are so many wires that have to go into specific places that are like certain lengths. Getting everything where it needed to be was a fucking nightmare, but I did it.
And the fact you filmed it all, I don't think people understand how fucking annoying it is to just do anything but also film it.
Yeah.
It's fucking... I watch your videos, and I think I might appreciate how good your content is more than most people appreciate how good your content is. Because I watch it, I'm like, fuck. Every time I watch any video you ever make, this is my reaction to every single video. This is my reaction to every James video. It's, fuck doing that. Like, that's my reaction to every James video.
Yeah.
I'll see him do something like time-lapse laying out all the fucking, like, wall pads.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, hey, fuck doing that. Fuck filming that and doing that. Because that just added a job that's already annoying. That just doubled the amount of time it's going to take you just to do a 5-second shot for your video.
Yeah.
And you know, that 5 seconds adds so much to the quality of video. But to me, I see it and I say, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck doing that. What a waste of time. Because I don't know why. I think for me, I have such little free time. I have no fucking free time. I might have 2 nights a week I'm not completely busy doing something. 2 nights a week. Like, even, like, I finished work, went straight to the Wings place, had Wings for 45 minutes, and then came straight home to record Cinema Room and now Kill Connor Club Live. Like, I have no free time. So when I think about making a video, and then I see how much time I know it would have taken you to do that, it just gives me so much anxiety. It gives me so much stress
to
think about how much effort you put into every single video you put, even quickfire topics. Like, you'll write video essay type things for just little bits you do in the middle of.
Oh, it's so fucking stupid.
Review in the middle of it. What did you do in the latest quickfire topics? You did another one of those.
It was a Assassin's Creed quick lore for Assassin Christmas.
Oh yes, dude, and I'm sitting there like, hilarious, amazing content. Like, you put so much effort into it, you deserve millions of subs. It's ridiculous. I also sit there and I watch it and I go, fuck doing that, because that's my reaction to every video I've ever made.
Doing that fucking thing with the foam panels, there's 24 of them, and I stacked them all on my chair, and I had to walk up, put one down, walk away, and leave like a gap for me to cut it.
Yeah, of course. I know exactly what you had to have done to do it. That's the thing. Yeah, that's the thing. I know how long that took. I watched it. I'm like, oh, that took that long, and also fuck doing that. Like, that's
And it was like
100%.
Not long at all. It was like a 5-second thing.
5 seconds of your video. Of a 20-minute video, 5 seconds of it was that, and you spent half an hour doing that.
So dumb.
So fuck doing that.
Oh, I love it.
It's so dumb. It is so dumb, but it adds to the fact that you do that at not just like one moment. Like, for me, I get proud when I do something like that's that much effort in my video. But again, that would be one time in the video. You're doing shit like that all throughout your 20-minute video.
Yeah, it's
like,
I just try to make things. I try to make things better every time, and I think I've got to this point where I do it, and then I'm like, oh, but how do I make it better again? Like, quickfire topics started being this thing where it was just like, oh, I'll just throw on the camera, talk some topics, and like every time I do one now, I'm like, oh, but it needs to be funnier in this way, or like I've got to find a way of making this sponsor better.
Videos.
Yeah, it's just like it's because I have to keep starting new series because I'm like, oh, this thing's become too much of an effort to do. Like, I was doing wishlist, and I was like, wishlist is an easy thing I can just get out. But now, like I talked about last podcast, because now I've committed to doing a special After Effects intro for every episode, I don't do them anymore because I'm like, that's going to take up my entire day just doing that intro.
Just doing the intro, yeah.
But I've committed now. I can't not do it. No one would care, but I would care. So now I can't upload them ever again.
And it annoys me that you can't. And that annoys me. You know that actually makes me mad because you can't do. You can never do a video ever anymore that's just you putting on a camera and talking or making something easy for yourself. This is the closest thing you'll ever get.
I know. It's I've just got to this point where
you have to go, but this is how I think your mind works, and you don't think this, but this is how I think because it stresses me out when I see you make videos, like what the outcome is. I sit there and go, I feel like you're saying this to yourself when you're making a video. It's like, how can I make this harder for myself? That's what, like, you must be thinking that. You're not thinking to yourself, how can I make this better? How can I make this harder for myself to make content? That's what you do when you make videos now.
Maybe it's
because that's all it is.
I guess I'm like this. What I'm doing is too easy. It shouldn't be this easy to make a video. I should be putting more effort into this. So I might as well do it. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be sitting around all day. I might as well put effort into what I'm doing. And so I don't know. I guess I just try to make things more interesting, even in small ways. And eventually, I'm gonna get to the point where it takes me too long to make any video. Because sometimes I set out and I'm like, oh, I'll make a quick video, just talking about a certain topic, and I'm like, oh, I really like this topic. Maybe I'll structure it a bit more than just notes. And by the end of it, I'm like, oh, I've spent my whole day writing a script, and I'm like, oh, I guess this has become a video essay then. Yeah. And I can't help myself.
Well, the thing is, can you just hurry up and get millions of subscribers already so that I can quit my job and then move in with you in your mansion that you'll own?
Wouldn't that be great?
And then just you pay me to be talent for your channel. And we just do, and I'll run as always. I'll just do everything.
Oh, that'd be fantastic. That would be fantastic.
Just hurry up so I can quit my job.
I'll do my best.
Well, so I can quit my 3 jobs and just do one thing. You know?
God, I'll try.
I'd appreciate you. Hurry the fuck up. So stop thinking, how can I make this harder for myself, and hurry the fuck up.
Oh, man.
Because I've jumped on the James train so long ago, and you're really not paying dividends yet for me. To be honest with you, I'm going to be real.
Right.
I need you to get millions of subscribers already. That needs to happen. So
I'll do my best.
If you could figure that out, that'd really get me out of a bind, you know?
I've figured everything else out. I just got to figure out how to gain subscribers as fast as Ethan does, and then I'll be all good.
Well, all you got to do is don't think, how can I make this that hard? And just, do a video.
See, the thing is, I watch Ethan's videos and I'm like, I really like them and I really enjoy them, but I couldn't make it because...
I know, and I think that too. I watched Ethan's video and I'm like, James couldn't make that.
No.
Not that I could make it. James couldn't make that.
Because I'm sitting here, I'm enjoying it, I'm like, this is great fun. But like, if I made that exact video, I'd be like, no, I've got to cut this bit here. Like, this clip goes on for too long. This clip isn't serving the dialogue properly. Like, I'm like, it doesn't need to. It doesn't need to, but for me, it needs
audience
to.
Don't care. You care, yeah.
I'm like,
because your channel is an expression of yourself. It's an art form for you. Every video you make. So to you, it's an expression of your personality that everything has to fit perfectly. It's not really as much about the audience as it is about representing yourself.
Yeah, and I don't think people appreciate each individual little thing because I don't think they would notice. Like,
I'm telling you, I do.
But that's good. Because I know at least one person does. But
every time you make a video and I watch it, because it's not, I don't watch every single video, but I watch most. I'd say 99% of your videos. Mm-hmm. I notice every little detail because I know how hard it is to make it.
Yeah, it takes some
time. I always think to myself, I wouldn't do that. That's too hard.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do that. Who has the time? Because I'm like, who has a free day? And I'm like, that would take me a week straight, like where I do nothing for a week and I just make that video.
Yeah.
And I just can't imagine it. Because I wish I could. I would love to make good content like you make. I would love to make content like that. But then I think to myself, oh, that's impossible.
You could just upload less. You could upload a video a month. Or like a video every 2 months or something. Just have it be really high quality.
It'd be really tough, man. I'd rather just spend the 3 hours a week free to stream. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Like,
that's fair.
Because it's the amount of time I have to work, other than because, podcasts and stuff come in, especially the next couple of weeks. I'm like, fuck, we have to record 6 additional podcasts than what we normally do over the next 2.5 weeks.
That's a few.
Because I go away for 6 weeks, or more or less. And I planned every podcast for the rest of the year.
Yep.
The dates, what's coming out, when's it coming out for Patreon, and publicly. So every podcast, I do want to explain this to people. I thought we'll talk about it more and keep everyone updated, but I thought I'd let people know how it's going to work now. I'm not going to tell people the specifics of what we're going to cover because I like surprises the week off, so people get excited for things to come out. But I go away first week in November. Yeah. Now, that weekend, we're going to have Kill Connor Club 112, and I'll still be around, but then the next week, and that's November 3rd, then the next week I go away. So we'll have a Clubhouse pre-recorded, and then a cinema room that'll come out publicly. Then the next week, we're going to have a Kill Connor Club pre-recorded the following week, November 17th, and then a cinema room pre-recorded for Patreon. Now, after that, the following 3 Sundays will just be cinema rooms. There'll be a new cinema room publicly, a new cinema room on Patreon. The next week, the Patreon one goes public, a new one on Patreon. The next week, the Patreon goes public, and a new one on Patreon. Mm-hmm. So because we can only pre-record so many Clubhouse and Kill Connor Clubs because it needs to be up-to-date topics, Patreon-submitted topics, Cinema Room's almost the perfect podcast for it. And honestly, I knew last year there's going to be periods where I go away for this job for this other job. And I thought the Cinema Room's a great podcast to make so that when I go away, we'll always have a podcast. It's just not going to always be Kill Connor Club or Clubhouse. So I have Cinema Rooms. Then I come back on Sunday, the 15th of December. I think I'll land that morning at home. And then that night I thought we'll put out publicly a Cinema Room from the week before that's on Patreon, and we'll do a Clubhouse. And kind of James on that, I want James to, because I'll pretty much be in the dark for 6 weeks. I won't have any access to social media and stuff. So that Clubhouse won't be any Patreon topics. It'll just be James fills me on everything I missed in November and December. All the news, all the games that come out, because by then Jedi Fallen Order's out, Modern Warfare's been out, Death Stranding's been out, so I just want James to kind of fill me in and give me should I play Jedi Fallen Order, or is it an EA piece of trash? Is Modern Warfare worth playing? Is fucking Death Stranding good, or was it just a fucking farce? All that sort of stuff. So James will be able to fill me in, and then the following week, December 22nd, Kill Connor Club, episode 114. It'll be the last Kill Connor Club of the year, our end of year awards 2019, and we'll talk more about that when that's coming, because the week before, so I'll come back that week before, I'm going to put together a Google survey, and it's going to be nominees for each category. James and I are going to come up with the nominees for Movie of the Year, Game of the Year, all this sort of stuff, but you guys are going to vote on it. So the official As Always awards for 2019 will actually be voted on by you guys, plus we get a vote too, obviously, but it's going to be up to you guys to decide, and then we'll give our opinions. If it's different, what my Game of the Year is and what James' Game of the Year is. But then this is the official one is actually voted on by you guys. So that's the biggest change we're going to do, because it was very we disagreed on a lot last year, and it's different when we're all voting together. It's we always disagree on things, and then we have to come up with what I guess is the Game of the Year or something, or Movie of the Year, because most of us voted for it, where there's no argument when it's the people voted. Yeah. So we're going to do it that way. And at this stage, it's going to be with the Conversations guys, Eddie and Chevs.
Yep.
And then on Patreon that night, Cinema Room for Star Wars Episode 9 comes out. But because the last one of the year and it's Star Wars, it's only going to be 24 hours early access. So that Monday, the 23rd of December, a Christmas present for you guys publicly, Star Wars Episode 9 spoiler cast will come out. So that's the rest of the year's podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Good. And then we're going to have a good few weeks off, and at the end of January, come back with a relaunch, new artwork, there's a bunch of new stuff, but I don't want to spoil it. I talked about it on my stream this week, but there's a bunch of new stuff and stuff I want to run by James and ask him what he thinks of it. I've got some ideas. But we'll talk about that later. But how are you feeling about that? I haven't really asked you, because I'm just telling him, I'm going away, this is what we're doing, by the way. And I sent you, I'm this is, by the way, the podcast for the rest of the year. I've decided.
Yep. It's all good. I'm good. I'll do whatever. I don't mind. Whatever works. And I'll sit down and talk for a bit. It's fine.
And this is why our relationship works, James.
Yep.
because I just forced it upon you.
I'm always
I forced
free.
this company
You just,
upon you.
you just tell me we were pre-recording 6 podcasts. I'm like, yep. Just tell me when. All of them today? Okay, I can do it.
That's literally what James is the most like. He'll just do whatever needs to be done to make sure As Always works.
Oh my god, the fucking right now I'm running on about like 4 hours sleep. Because yesterday, so anyone that knows my channel knows Luke, who's one of my oldest friends. He's been on the channel a lot, sang a lot of parodies. He does acting. He's always been into acting. And he had a show last night in Cardiff, which is where he goes to drama school.
In Wales.
In Wales, country. Yeah. And so because I had a podcast today, I couldn't stay overnight in Wales because I would have had to leave super early. It just wasn't worth it. I might as well have just come home. Plus, I had to still watch the end of Breaking Bad and El Camino. So
dumb.
So, yesterday, at about 2 p.m., me, George, and Elva drove to Wales, which was about 3.5 hours drive. We watched Luke's show. That finished at about 10:30. We spoke to Luke for a bit afterwards. Then, we stopped at Tesco so I could get a load of energy drinks because I'm like, I'm going to need these for tonight and tomorrow. Then we drove home, another 3.5 hours. We got home at about 1:30. And so then we had to watch the final episode of Breaking Bad and then El Camino.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So
how you even enjoyed them is hilarious.
I don't know, man. I still had a great time, and so then I slept at about 4:30. Although I set up Kill Connor Club at about 4:30 in the morning, and then I went to sleep at probably about 5 in the morning.
Yeah. So I'm at work, and it's like middle of the no, it's like the afternoon. It's like 2 in the afternoon. I'm having lunch at work. I'm on my lunch break, and I get a message from James going, what's the topics for Kill Connor Club? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you awake? Like, what's going on? Like, I thought like you must have had bad reception, or I had bad reception, and I only delivered then. That's why I was like, are you still awake?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, just got back from Cardiff. Got to watch El Camino. I'm like, oh, you're fucked.
Surprisingly, I did okay. I'm feeling all right. Like, I think it's going to catch up with me this afternoon, but I'm doing all right now. I managed to enjoy Breaking Bad and El Camino. I enjoyed Luke's show. The drive wasn't too bad. Podcasts have been going fine, so I'm doing all right at the minute. As long as I crash later, I'm fine.
Yeah, you have been doing all right. You have been doing all right. So I'm impressed. But you always have like I'm trying to think of the only times we've ever lacked performance in a podcast. You or I, sometimes guests have, you know, Victor. But, you know, like...
That's a fucking throwback, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, throwback.
3 years ago, wasn't he?
Hey, I don't forget shit like that. I don't forget shit podcasts because there's barely any. Yeah. I don't remember good ones because it's all of them. Yeah, and we've done 1,000 podcasts. But I remember bad ones. I don't fucking forget. I'm a perfectionist for not many things, but for our company and our podcasts, I am perfectionist. Yeah. I have a high standard of them. Being entertaining and enriching, at the very least interesting, what we're talking about. Or if it's not that fucking funny, it's going to be one of those two things.
Yeah. They're mostly all good. Like 99%, I think they're good podcasts. I'd recommend them all. Our worst performance was probably after I was up for 35 hours straight. When I arrived in the UK and we did the Celeste stream. Oh, yeah. And I was literally falling asleep. That was a fucking good stream. We talked a lot of shit, and I had so much fun playing Celeste, because also you were so fucking tired, so you were losing your mind. It was actually a really good quality stream, but maybe for different reasons. It was good.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the audience really enjoyed it. I just remember it hurt. I was in physical pain. Like, I've never been doing a podcast and been in physical pain.
Oh.
And everyone's just saying, like, your mum, Julie, was like, no, you need to stay up. You know, like, it's and you're agreeing. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I need to stay up because, you know, I need to acclimatize to the time zone difference. And then, like, it's like 4 o'clock or 4:30 or something. And I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I have to sleep right now. I feel sick. My stomach hurts, my head hurts. Like, I'm in pain.
Yeah, I can't imagine, because I felt bad. And I'd only been up since whatever time I woke up to come and get you from the airport.
Which was early. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning you got up to come get me from the airport, something like that. Something ridiculous. Yeah. Because I landed like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, but you must have been, completely fucked.
Yeah, because I got no sleep on the plane,
Hmm.
and then I'd been awake all day in New York. So I got up like 9 a.m. New York, awake the whole day, got the plane that night, didn't sleep at all, and then landed at 6 in the morning UK time, and then stayed up all day. And I was like, I was just going psycho and falling asleep in this. Like, I had fun at the start because the stream was fun and I love Celeste. But even like, you'd be talking and I was kind of sitting there and you'd get stuck and I'm just hand it to me. And then I just destroy the level and then hand it back to me like, there you go. Like, I did it.
Oh
Completed
god, I can't believe it. Like I was like trying to get all the fucking strawberries, and you were just going out of your way doing all these hard bits. Like spending sometimes like 15 minutes on the same section, just jumping around, and you'd finally get it and be like, "There you go, I did it."
Oh, such a good fucking game though.
Yeah, it was great
Such
fun.
a fucking game. And just like, I was just in there as well. I'm like, I told you, let's just play Celeste. Let's jump into, because we started playing Assassin's Creed 2 or Brotherhood or something, didn't
Yeah,
we?
it was 2. Yeah,
For some reason. And then I'm like, how about we play Celeste?
yeah.
And you're
Let's
like,
get it.
all right.
And that fucking thumbnail for that stream is so
Oh, that's
fucking
that is
funny.
my favorite thumbnail of all time. You don't like it, but I love it. I think it's
Oh,
fucking incredible.
so funny. It's just me and you, like these just really quick pictures we took. It's got gaming written in the middle, and just these
And the
these
rugs
pills.
just- yeah. And I'm scrolling down to try to find it. Because it's so fucking
I'll whack it up
bizarre.
on stream for everybody to see.
Is it? So, oh yeah, there it is. Holy shit! Do you know, my favorite part of it is like thinking about how that thumbnail was getting made. Like you kind of had half a thumbnail prepped for it, like kind of something that was there randomly, and you just. I'm watching you throw it together. I'm so tired. I've just arrived at your house like an hour, 2 hours before, whatever. It's not long.
Yeah.
And like I'm still kind of getting used to being just in your presence. Like it's the first day, and we're like, all right, let's stream. That'll be fun. Everyone's excited. People are hyped. And you go to me, all right, Tyler. I've got the camera up. Take a photo of yourself for the thumbnail, and then you just walk out the room. And I'm sitting there like looking at the thing, like, ah, fuck. Like I'm looking at myself thinking, oh, Tyler, you're gonna die today. Like this is the end. And then you can see if you look at that fucking thumbnail, like my face is that I'm literally thinking after taking the photo, this is the end. This is how it ends.
Oh man, I'm trying to find it to pop it up
I
on
just
stream.
remember
I
like
can't
watching
find
it
it.
and just laughing at it.
There it is. There it is. Hang on. Oh wow.
And then the next one put us in, which I told him like just re-put the same exact pictures in the next thumbnail, but you just put out artwork and you just like Celeste gaming, 2 gamers trying not to die over and over again in Celeste.
Oh,
That's the stream
man.
afterwards.
There
We
it
got
is.
so many
Everyone can see
views. James and Tyler first in real life stream gaming. You got a lot of views. Like we had a lot of
Yeah.
viewers watching. People were so hyped, and then everyone was just so disappointed because they get there and I'm like,
it. Oh, I still think it was great.
it was
really
good. No, it was good. It really was good. I loved it.
Fucking pills behind the controller. It fucking gets me every time I look at it.
Well, I love it more, I think, now because it's over and I can look back on it.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was just so much pain. So much pain.
I'm just looking at the fucking thumbnail.
So stupid.
What the fuck is it? Oh, how did I fucking make that? That's hilarious. That's perfect.
Oh my god.
Oh,
We did a lot of
Jesus.
good, looking back then. We did a lot of good content then.
Yeah, we did.
The streams and look at the 4 pillars together. Our Marvel podcast, which is the one where we laughed about Hawkins again.
Was that the Marvel podcast? That's every
It's-
podcast. I don't know.
Oh, it is every podcast. It's true. I just mean like we just lost it on camera.
I think
just
that I think that was. I think that was that one, the Marvel one.
Yeah, because we're talking about the Black Widow movie. Because
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah. 'Cause-
obviously it's in Hawkins, where it's set because it always is. But because what's the police fucking guy's name?
I don't know. Shit, what is his name? I keep thinking Hank, but that's Breaking Bad. I don't know.
I'm just looking at us come up with the Spider-Man home names. Spider-Man Home Run,
Home Run.
Homeward Bound. That was my least
Yeah.
favorite one.
The Spider-Man Homeward Bound.
You came up with one more. Spider-Man. Oh no, we went back to Home Run. We only came up with those 2. Those are the only 2 names. Spider-Man. I think it's going to be called Home Run. To be fair.
That's a terrible
Spider-Man,
name.
don't come home. Which is what almost happened to Spider-Man.
Almost.
Where he's not, almost not in Marvel. Oh God, I'll tell you who is in Marvel now though. Deadpool.
Well, I mean, he was always in Marvel, but I get what you're saying.
Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's what we're talking about. Spider-Man being in the MCU. Real Marvel, not not whatever anything else is.
X-Men and the Dark Phoenix. You didn't love it? I thought it was sick. No, I haven't seen it. I saw though, talking about X-Men and the Dark Phoenix, a little clip came up the other day on my recommended, and I was like, oh, let's give it a watch. Let's just see what this is like. It was like a student film. I was so confused at what the acting was dreadful. It looked like shit. It was so fucking bad. Just worse than anything I've seen. Like X-Men. Like, X-Men is already bad, but, like, it was just appalling. It was really, really bad. So I'm glad I don't watch those films anymore. But
well, you don't have to because it's over.
Yeah,
they're done.
It's all done. And we get to have the X-Men eventually pop up in the MCU, and it'll be infinitely better. Under Kevin Feige.
Have we talked about how we think they'll become mutants?
Probably.
In the MCU?
I think we
talked about that.
Talked about that.
I
seem to recall. I think we talked about it in that video, didn't we? The podcast, the MCU Phase 4 and 5.
What did we come up with? Because I feel like I talked to Harlan about it, and he said that and I can't remember whether he said that or I told him. This I forget conversations sometimes and like who came up with ideas. Okay. But like mutants exist now because of how the snap happens. And I'm like, oh, what are you saying? Mutants coming from other dimensions? And he goes, no, it's like, how there's so much radioactivity from those snaps that you can detect them all through the galaxy. That the radiation, because it happened on Earth, the snap, it actually creates mutants in people.
Oh, that could make sense. Yeah, because it's got like the gamma radiation, right? Like
that's why we haven't heard of mutants before it, and we're only hearing of mutants now.
That works. Yeah, definitely do that. That makes so much sense. And then it's in-universe, and it's not parallel universes and all that.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Then people will be like, but then how do you have the X-Men when Xavier has to be old and so does Magneto? But like, no, how about don't do it that way, and have them be young Magneto, young Xavier again, but it doesn't have to be set in the 60s.
Yeah.
Or they were already relatively old, not super old, but on the way. Mm-hmm.
You could already have them as
and the only one you do differently is Wolverine, where he already had an element, not that he was mutant, but he'd already, I don't know, been experimented on, or you could say had the same thing that Captain had, but then he gets other things mixed into it. Like people were trying to create the super soldier serum, but it wasn't the right thing and it made something different. They tried different ways of doing it. So that's why he's been around for a while, but he's just been under the radar. I don't know. There's ways you could do it with Wolverine because he's by far the most important.
Yeah, true. And a lot of his history, I mean, there's a lot of things with history, but like with Wolverine, I think it's so interesting that he's lived for such a long time. That's a really interesting component of his character, that he's like lived since like the fucking 19th century, just living through all these wars and seeing all the fucking horrors and stuff and all this fighting he's done and everything. I think that's a really interesting part of his character. So to remove that would be strange. So I think it would be, it'd probably be useful to have him still have that. But then you've got like Magneto was like he was a Jew during World War II, and he went to he was in like a concentration camp or whatever. And that's a part of his character because he feels like, I don't know, he's getting back at people. Like, I don't know, because he was always looked down upon even before he was a mutant.
Well, it doesn't have to be a Holocaust survivor. It could be something from something else,
Syrian
you can
refugee.
Change it because it doesn't make sense now because we're too far in the future from the Holocaust for him to be the right age for that to make sense.
So it just
doesn't. It doesn't work. We can't always do the characters the same way when it comes to that stuff because we're too far in the future in real life to do it.
Yeah. You really can't do it. So. Yeah, I don't know. I think they're gonna go with a new take probably because we've seen the X-Men so much recently. It's the same with Spider-Man. I think there were so many shit Spider-Man. The Raimi stuff was cool, but like Spider-Man 3 sucked, and then they shut the fuck up, and then the Amazing Spider-Man sucked, and then it's like let's just reinvent it a little bit instead of doing the same thing. And so with X-Men. I think we've just had so many shit X-Men movies that they're probably going to go, let's not do the same thing again. Let's just do something new. So I'm up for whatever they decide to do. Like, a lot of people, like, I want it to be somewhat similar to, like, comics and, like, you know, the source material. Like, I don't want them to stray so far that it's not even representative of these characters. But I'm up for them doing new things because I like that. Like, the MCU to me has never been a comic book adaptation. It's like an entirely new universe that they're creating for these iconic characters, the same as, like, you have the normal, like, Marvel comics, then you've got the Ultimate Universe. This is just another universe that takes these characters and does something different. So I'm up for them trying anything new with the X-Men and the mutants and everything and making it interesting, because that's what they do.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. But with Deadpool, that's a whole different thing, because supposedly, you know, Ryan Reynolds met with Disney or Marvel Studios this week. By the looks of it, he posted on Instagram and Twitter a picture of him in front of the Marvel Studios logo. So he's meaning about Deadpool 3. Obviously, Disney are going to want to make another Deadpool movie now that they own Fox. But the question's been, will it be R? And it has to be done right.
Yeah.
And supposedly that's what they're saying. Bob Iger's saying that he's going to let it be R. It's not a big Disney. It's not a Disney move to do it that way, but it looks like what they're going to do.
Yeah, they have.
They can try not to because it's Disney.
But it'd be shit.
Agreed. But I'm just saying they could have very well tried not to.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have been surprised if they tried. I would have been fucking pissed and annoyed. But I'm almost surprised that they're allowing it to go forward as R.
I think they get it. I think they're like, it has to be, because it's almost like there's so many companies that try these things, and then Disney are the ones that are there like, okay, we see that this didn't work, and we understand the reaction to this. I think they've just got a really good team of people that, I guess, look into the way the audience respond to certain decisions, and I think they're probably good at listening to those people that give them that insight, I suppose. Because Disney always seem to make the right decisions like 90% of the time. Like, obviously they get some things wrong, but
we almost lost fucking Spider-Man. Like, that still gives me so much stress.
Yeah.
Thinking about that almost happening. Like, my favorite thing in cinema. Oh, sorry, not because it's not cinema. But my favorite thing for the last however many years in movies has been the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I stopped enjoying it because. I was like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Because Spider-Man's gone. And it's because, that's the next generation. Endgame ended. Okay, I'm satisfied. We got everything I wanted, and now it's over. It's just happened to be over because they screwed up. But now I'm like all in again because I'm like, oh, thank God, we're good to go, guys. We're good to go.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's the thing. So, but it still stresses me out thinking about how we almost, the MCU was almost ruined by just dumb business bullshit that didn't have to happen, but we're good. But then dumb things could happen with Deadpool. That's what I think about as well.
Yeah, I hope not. Deadpool's great. They got a good thing going. I mean, how many more Deadpool movies can they really make? I mean, they've got to do more interesting things, and I think being part of the MCU opens that door for a lot more interesting things to be done, because the main Marvel movies are the MCU. So having Deadpool now part of that and having access to all of those characters and all of those movies and all their history means that I think they can keep Deadpool going for a lot longer, because I think he didn't have a lot more left in him being with Fox.
He probably had another movie.
Probably one more, and then it's like, okay, this is getting old. But I think now that you've got him part of the MCU and you've got access to all of those characters and that big history of all these movies and stuff, I think you can do a lot with Deadpool now in interesting ways. So just go crazy, do whatever you want. I think that's where you can really go silly and comic booky is with Deadpool, because
and the thing with Deadpool is he breaks the fourth wall. He can explain in the first scene of the movie what happened business wise. It's like, so Disney bought Fox and Bob, and he makes fun of Disney for a bit, and then Bob goes on about how he's like, now I'm going to go and kill Spider-Man, and he can just joke around about all that shit.
Yeah,
and the thing is, this is what I get. This one thing that'll happen will be, yes, Deadpool will be R in his solo movies, as he should be. But the thing he won't be R in is if he ever's in an Avengers movie, he won't be R. Like that's and you have him address it in the movie. He's like, sorry guys, I can't, and then they'll bleep him, or I don't know, he'll say something, and then I can't say this, or beep 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 because we're in an Avengers movie, and you can just address it. But that way
and that works.
You can do PG Deadpool in a crossover. You just can't do PG Deadpool in a Deadpool movie.
Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, exactly. And it's gonna, I'm really excited to see what they do with Deadpool, to be honest, because I think there's so much they can do now, and I think it's gonna be even better than it was before, as long as they allow creative control to the right people, moving forward. Hopefully Disney doesn't get too heavily involved and try to police things or whatever. But you've got Ryan Reynolds there, and you got Kevin Feige obviously being involved because it's MCU now. So I think Deadpool can only get better now as long as they keep it R. I look forward to it.
Another thing coming in Marvel news is, we've got a big one. It's in the title, but before that, we'll get rid of the lower tail end stuff. Is supposedly Scarlett Johansson's pushing for an all-female MCU movie.
Yeah, well, don't care, because guess what? She's dead. Doesn't matter. Who cares? You're not a part of this anymore. Fuck off.
She's got her own movie about to come out, so...
Trying to win your little virtue points with these people after they all hate you because you wanted to play a trans person. Get out of here, Scarlett. You're dead. Not you. That wasn't a threat. I just mean your character's dead.
Yeah, that's true. True spoilers for Avengers Endgame.
Oh no! What do you mean?
Yeah, the biggest movie of all time.
I didn't know.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Well, I don't know why that's become like a recurring meme that I don't know that Black Widow's dead.
Yeah.
Such a weird joke.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a joke. I'm really upset that you've spoiled that for me.
Well, you spoiled it.
Because Black Widow, the movie, is not out yet. I didn't know. Yeah. Her fate.
Yeah. They're saying Black Widow is somehow going to be a franchise. Well, yeah, it is, because the movie Black Widow is about Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow training the next Black Widow.
Yeah.
And then it'll be a franchise.
Come back. It'll be a new
What's the name of the girl? She's got a name, and she's pretty fucking hot too. And she literally looks like a young Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson 2.
Yeah, that's what we'll call her. That's what that is.
Black Widow cast. Let's have a look. What's her fucking name?
Well, this is deja vu. We've literally had this exact conversation.
Yeah, we have had this exact conversation.
Let's Google it and find out. And that's it.
Where's the cast list?
I don't know, bro. Why don't you?
Florence Pugh.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yes, that's her. She's Black Widow.
Firenze Pugh. That's her name.
Okay, thanks for that one. Fucking
Da Firenze, the city where I was born.
Fucking AC YouTubers, am I right?
Perfect. I wrapped up if I fall.
The fucking time when you said that, I absolutely just fucking lost it.
Dude, I was talking about that on the stream because I did my Assassin's Creed 2 stream this week. People that don't know, go watch it. It's every Wednesday I've been doing it. I did the first Assassin tomb and I brought that up, but I don't remember what were we doing, like randomly we were just doing something.
It was after we'd been up all night drinking and just talking.
Yeah. Oh, right.
We were going to bed and you just said it. I don't know why.
No, you were like, all right, see you tomorrow and we'll do this and that. What do you reckon? I'm like, perfect. I just said perfect. I wrapped up if I fall. And you just you fell over. You were laughing so much.
It's so stupid.
It's one of those things I say to myself all the time and have for years. Whenever I go perfect, I'm like, I wrapped up if I fall. I think it. I never say it because no one in the world would ever get it in real life. But then I'm in a room where for the first time ever, someone's going to get it. I'm like, I'm going to say it. And then I said it and you just fucking dropped like a sack of potatoes in tears.
Dumb. It's such a stupid thing.
Yeah, it's so hilarious though. But yeah. Anyway,
there's gonna be all-female Marvel. Well, I don't think there is, but Scarlett Johansson says she wants one.
I don't care if there was. It just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make
story-wise
sense.
Why there would be. Like, if it made sense for a story, but why would it be that only females are available for whatever's going on?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
It'd be like they'd have to specifically go out of their way to not involve men and be like, the girls being like, nah, we got this one, guys. Like,
Oh,
that would be
God,
dumb
so
as fuck.
cringe,
Could you imagine?
yeah.
Could you imagine that? That's literally the dumbest thing of all
it's
time.
like, it'd be like, but they kind of...
But they had an all-black movie and they're having an all-Asian movie. I'm like, it's because it's set in Africa and Asia.
Yeah.
Like, what? Of course it is. What are you going to set it in, like, some fucking alternate universe where there's fucking only women?
Only women? Better universe, to be honest with you.
Oh, it would be a way better universe. Yeah. No, fucking disgusting men.
It reminds me of that scene from Dark Phoenix. I need to stop bringing up Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, really stop, please
there's
stop.
This scene where...
It's been too many times.
Jennifer Lawrence is talking to...
You've never brought it up before, and somebody brought it up twice.
It's because it keeps popping up in my recommended, and I keep clicking on the scenes. But Jennifer Lawrence is talking to bloody James McAvoy. And
I forget she's in that movie.
Yeah, she's not good in it. I think it's because she doesn't want to be in it. I think she makes it very clear. But she's talking to James McAvoy.
Like they're making a movie that they already know is the last movie without it being the last movie.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, oh, well, Disney's bought us, and they're definitely not going to want to deal with this shit.
Yeah. She's angry at James McAvoy, and she says, and anyway, all the women seem to keep saving the men around here. You might want to change the name to X-Women. And then she walks out of the room angry, and that's an actual scene in an actual movie. It's so fucking retarded. It's so weird.
That's so hilarious.
Yeah. X-Men and the Dark Phoenix. It's not even called that.
X-Men.
It's called X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix, yeah.
I think it's just called Dark Phoenix. X-Men wasn't even in the title originally.
Yeah. Yeah, it is just called Dark Phoenix, actually. It's not even now, is it? X-Men. It's just called Dark Phoenix. I remember when it was out at cinemas and I was like looking at session times, not for that movie, just for like any other movie. And it was just like Dark, all it said was Dark Phoenix. It didn't even say X-Men. I'm like, what a terrible marketing strategy.
Well, I think it's a good marketing strategy because everyone hates X-Men. They're like, oh, that shit franchise. I wonder what Dark Phoenix is.
Yeah, I don't get why people always liked X-Men. I've always not liked it. There's a couple of the movies that obviously Logan's a great fucking movie, and I've always liked Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but like X-Men overall suck.
Days of Future Past is a sick film.
I like Days of Future Past.
I like it a lot.
I like that movie. Okay, I don't like it a lot, but I like it.
I like it a lot purely because the original X-Men trilogy, although Last Stand isn't very good, I love X-Men and I love X-Men 2. And I always watched those as a kid and I absolutely loved them. And Days of Future Past is like almost the sequel to that trilogy because you've got all the old characters returning, you got the time travel elements, you got all the new characters too. Oh, I fucking love it. It's so good. I love the original X-Men movies, at least 1 and 2, and I love Days of Future Past. And I love Logan, but everything else sucks. Even like people are like First Class is pretty good. I'm like, it's actually no, I don't think so. I don't like it. I remember watching it. I'm like, this is a weird fucking film. It felt like a weird like self-aware James Bond parody. It was. I think that was the point as well. But it was weird. It was jarring. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully there's no all-female MCU movie because it makes no sense. Yes. It would make zero sense.
So fucking stupid.
I'll tell you what does make sense. It's Kevin Feige being promoted to the chief creative officer of Marvel Studios. Or not even Marvel Studios, Marvel.
Yes.
Overall. The CCO of Marvel. He's not just in charge of the MCU anymore, but all of Marvel's creative content with comic books, animations, shows, everything.
He's got a lot.
Kevin Feige's the boss.
On top of that as well, he's also doing some Star Wars stuff, right?
Apparently he's producing a Star Wars film.
Yeah.
What that means is, I don't know.
Is that testing the waters to be like, I wonder if Kevin Feige could deal with Star Wars?
Well, this is the thing here. Kevin Feige is the most successful movie producer of all time.
He is.
Just facts. It's just a fact. Like, look at the stats of his movies. He has grossed the most money producing films of any producer of all time. It's just a fact.
He must have so much money.
Maybe. I don't. Yeah.
Where do you think he lives?
I guess
on the moon. Like the Inhumans from that TV show, The Inhumans.
Stop it.
Kevin Feige lives there.
Stop it. Stop it.
That show was so bad.
It's so bad, bro. That was really bad. I'm kind of embarrassed for you.
Oh god, you should watch Inhumans.
Nah, man. You know? Nah.
Can we do a cinema room on The Runaways?
No. We sure can't.
I really would like to.
No, you wouldn't, would you, though? You know?
It would have been nice to do at the time. Because it is
We should
quite
do a
funny.
cinema room on season 1 and also season 2 of Stranger Things. That would actually be funny.
Oh, gosh. Can't wait for that one, season 4.
Yeah. Do you know what's funny? I heard a news story this week that Millie Bobby Brown hated the ending of Stranger Things 3.
I saw that
and
too.
that popped up, and I went and watched it because I'm like, surely it's for the same reason we hated the ending of Stranger Things 3 because it's terribly edited. And she's like, I just hate that they left Hawkins, and I started losing it. That's a reason, because she goes, I hate that they left Eleven leaves Hawkins and leaves her friends. I'm like, don't worry, Eleven.
Yeah.
She didn't.
No.
Because you can't.
Not possible.
Fucking. Turns out Millie Bobby Brown's an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And thinks that she left Hawkins.
Yep. That's also such
but that's
a
all right,
stupid
because
reason.
she's a 15-year-old girl with 29 million Instagram followers.
Jesus Christ. Too many. One of them's Drake. You know?
No.
We got some problems.
Drake and her are friends. He's not a follower.
You're right.
They're personal friends and they text.
Yeah. He helps her
A 45-year-old
problems.
rapper from Toronto texts a 15-year-old English girl.
If these weren't celebrities, we'd have a problem here. But for some reason, there's no problem. I don't understand.
He's just a big fan of hers, and he's wants to be a friend and text her late at night, like what she's up to.
What was that
what
thing,
she's doing.
by the way, talking about pedophiles? What was
He's
that
fucking
thing...
R. Kelly. He's like the second coming.
What was that thing about Brad Pitt being like with a 14-year-old or something?
What?
There was a thing. Someone retweeted it on Twitter. It was like Brad Pitt. Hang on. Brad Pitt, girlfriend, age is. It was like, where is it?
Brad Pitt at 26 with underage teen girlfriends.
Mm-hmm.
Brad Pitt and his underage girlfriends. This is like, okay, this is all like forums. Brad Pitt at 26 with his underage teen girlfriends. Thread Wars, Brad and Angelina version. This ought to be a video game. I'm just reading. It's just fucking like, yeah, this is fucking weird. I don't really know. It's all just forums. I don't know.
There was a post that put it all together on Twitter that showed the different ages.
Yeah, Brad Pitt ex-girlfriend dragged into Jeffrey Epstein scandal. Jeffrey Epstein's the fucking guy that had the rape island with pedophile island.
Yeah.
That fucking Alex Jones had called about like years ago.
See, Alex Jones knows what's going on.
Well, the funny thing is, he fucking knew that. He was right about that for years.
Maybe he's right about everything.
Maybe. It's entirely possible. But anyway, back to Kevin Feige.
Yes.
Not underage women and Drake
Brad Pitt
and R. Kelly and Brad Pitt. But bloody. I mean, if you talk about Kevin Feige, does it worry you, this promotion, or does it excite you? Because all I need him to do is keep making MCU movies. Does him having so much more on his plate, do you feel like he'll then have to neglect the MCU and will lose Kevin Feige's sense to it?
I don't think so, because I think he cares too much. It's like I don't think he would feel comfortable leaving it to somebody else unless he knew that person cared as much as he did. So I can't.
It's not always about caring as much as it is about also knowing what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
Some people be like, I know that guy cares enough, but it's just he doesn't have the same brain as Feige.
I think Kevin Feige, if he was to ever leave it to someone else, I think he would have to make sure they knew what they were doing, because with Kevin Feige, I don't think he's not. I mean, although like obviously he makes a lot of money, I would assume. I don't think he's chasing money. I just think he's really, really good at what he does, and he also cares about what he does. And so I think it might. If I cared about Kevin Feige on a personal level as a person, maybe I'd be concerned, because this is going to put a strain on him. I'm sure he's going to be stressed out.
I don't
with
give
all
a
of
fuck about him.
But I don't know him.
What he can give me as a fan. That's what I care about.
But in terms of movies, no, I'm not concerned. I think we'll get the same
joke.
level of quality as we did before. So I just look forward to see what he can do, and hopefully, he doesn't kill himself under the stress of this, because then we wouldn't get any good movies anymore. So that'll be a shame. You know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, especially him going to Star Wars. That's in Morgan's name. Like, that's not even Marvel at all.
I like it, though.
What do you like about it?
Well, I like... Because, I mean, he's always been a huge Star Wars fan. He said that from day one. Like, he's always been a huge fan of Star Wars. And so I think whatever he's producing, I think he's going to do a great job. But I do think Disney's testing the waters.
He can't be worse than Kathleen Kennedy, so...
Yeah. Yeah. But I think that this is, I think this is Disney testing the waters to be like, you know, if you do well at this and you're liking it, maybe try and do both. Do Star Wars.
No, you can't do both. You can't do both. Like, honestly, like, you can't. Maybe if he somehow nails both running the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Star Wars, the biggest movie franchise of the 20th century and the biggest movie franchise of the 21st century, and he's running them both at the same time successfully, he'll forever be the greatest producer in the history of sorry, not cinema, of movies.
If anyone can do it, it's Kevin Feige.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I just keep doubting him. I don't doubt him, but like, this is just, I don't know.
But you just said you did. What do you mean you don't doubt him? You just said I keep doubting him.
I don't keep doubting him because there's plenty of times I've not doubted him and I've always been a big believer in him and said, guys, Feige.
When have you doubted Kevin Feige?
Back when like Guardians is about to come in, I'm like, all right, here's what Marvel fucks up. Then I was wrong. Exactly. But he keeps proving me wrong. But I'm like, every time I'm like, nah, this is too much now. Too much now.
Nope. It's never too much. Kevin Feige is a god. And I think he's got this. Maybe it's Disney being like, maybe you could make a move to Star Wars. I don't know. I feel like they're testing the waters to be like, to see how well you can produce one thing.
Like Marvel's fine over here. They've got enough people that know what they're doing. But Star Wars fucking has no idea.
Maybe. We'll wait and see, but I'm excited to see what he does with Star Wars, because Kevin Feige touching anything that I like usually means it's going to be good, I would hope, especially if he loves Star Wars as much as he does, and he's very good at his job, which means I think that, you know, whatever he does should be good. I don't think we know anything about what he's doing. But I think they've said that he's got in mind an MCU actor to be in his film or something, right? Is that a thing?
Well, that was a debate for a while on Twitter, like what MCU actor would be good in Star Wars. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
Didn't he say though he's got one in mind?
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm asking you.
Who do I think?
He didn't say who would you want to see from the MCU. Who would be a good actor that might fit in Star Wars? Chris Evans came out and said he would love to do Star Wars.
Paul Rudd could be a quirky droid.
I feel like Chris Evans is too
high profile, I think, at this point.
He's too Captain America. Like, he looks like... Captain America. What I mean? Like, he looks like Captain America.
I said, I don't think you can do Chris Evans. I don't think you do Robert Downey Jr. You can't do, like,
big.
Tom Holland. Maybe...
I think you could do Tom Holland. Because he's not fucking muscular and jacked. He's just a normal-looking dude.
Yeah, but also, I feel like Star Wars benefits from having a lot, like, lower-profile actors. Especially in lead roles. Yeah, no, but if he's not actually Paul Rudd, he's just a droid.
He also wouldn't be I wouldn't mind having Paul Rudd in there, to be fair.
Like, he's just a funny little sidekick droid, you know, always making jokes. He's like a K2SO.
Yeah, maybe, but instead of a droid, you don't have to have a comic relief droid. You could have a comic relief fucking human.
No. It's Star Wars.
The comic relief is always a droid.
It's got to be a droid or a silly alien.
I hope it's like Solo, where the droid's also a social justice warrior.
Oh, fucking hell. That Solo. The more I think about Solo, the more I think I don't like it at all.
I do like Solo. I do like it. It's just that part. This thing, like, I went into Solo thinking it was going to be the worst pile of shit ever, and I just came out going, that was actually okay. This was not actually good. It's just like, it's a fine movie. It's fine.
Don't they make... like verbal note that they made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs or something? Like, they say it out loud, like, we just made the Kessel Run. Like,
I don't know.
I feel like that's a thing that happened.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm making that up. I don't know. Also, Solo's fucking name thing, that's dumb. That movie's, you know what, not a fan, actually.
Yeah. It's I don't know, man. I think it's fine. I
guess
it's fine. You just get mad at things the longer you sit on it.
Yeah, I'm just like, I just don't like just things that are just okay. I'm like, if this thing isn't really good, I hate it more and more. Because I'm like, oh, it's just so average. Ugh. That's the worst.
Yeah. Aditya has just said Ryan Johnson doesn't deserve the hate he's getting. He's a great director, not a very good writer.
I don't care.
I mean, he doesn't not deserve hate. You know what I mean?
He does deserve hate.
You know, Last Jedi isn't very good, you know?
But I don't think it's hate. I mean, he doesn't deserve death threats.
No, of course. No, but I didn't say he deserved death threats. I just said he doesn't not deserve hate.
No.
You know?
I guess.
Which could be like someone tweeting him, your movie sucks, fuck you. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I wouldn't tweet that. I'm not a fucking loser. I've never tweeted hate at anyone unless I know them personally and I'm like, hey, bro, go fuck yourself. You talk shit about me or my friends or something. But like, I'm not a fucking loser that's going to tweet at a director that I didn't like his movie.
Yeah.
And whilst I'm also sucking the fucking Cheeto dust off my fingers. Like, yeah. But if someone else said that to him, I'd be like, yeah. All right then. So
yeah, Ryan Johnson's a fine director, pretty good.
I love Looper. It's one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
Just he doesn't know how to make Star Wars movies.
Good. Yeah, it's probably
would have been a fine movie if it wasn't Star Wars.
Yeah, he just doesn't. Yeah, he can't fit it into. Yeah, it didn't fit in that trilogy. But also, it's a little bit bad as well, just as a thing. Like that stuff on Canto Bight is like just.
I agree. It's terrible. Like all the Rebels stuff.
It's all fucking pointless and boring.
Admiral fucking Holdo, or whatever the fucking name is.
Oh god, that whole fucking film. Jesus Christ! I can't believe that was our like movie of the year that year.
No, it wasn't.
Was it not?
It was Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Was it really?
Yeah, because we saw it and we're like, nah, Spider-Man: Homecoming beats it.
Ah, okay, that's all right then. Good.
Yeah, no, we agreed we both agreed Spider-Man: Homecoming was movie of the year. We did the movie of the year. We're like, we assume it's going to be The Last Jedi, but we haven't seen it yet. We're seeing it next week when it comes out. But if it's not, then it's Spider-Man: Homecoming. I think that's what we said.
Okay.
And we both agreed that Spider-Man: Homecoming was the movie of the year. Still beat it.
Mm-hmm.
It was Rogue One was movie of the year in 2016. I'm fine with that.
What else came out in 2016?
Oh, actually, fucking Civil War came out in fucking 2016.
Yeah, fucking Civil War's way better than Rogue One.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, Civil War
Strange is better than Rogue One.
No, how dare you? Rogue One's fucking awesome.
No, it's not.
I love Rogue One. I fucking love Rogue One.
Is
it's fucking awesome.
If it didn't have Darth Vader in it, you wouldn't be saying that. You'd be like, oh, it's just average. But it's because it's got that Darth Vader scene and it's fucking awesome. That you're like, oh yeah, that movie was good.
Exactly. No, I love all those characters in it. I actually do.
What characters? What characters?
You were just fucking bringing up the fucking comic relief droid. You were the one bringing him up.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like him. No, I do like K2SO. He's the best character in Rogue One.
Yeah. Well, they're making a fucking Disney Plus show with him.
Oh my god, they are, aren't they? With him and Cassian Andor.
I'm okay with that. I like their characters. I like Cassian.
What character? Tell me one character trait of Cassian Andor.
What are you talking about? Fucking, a rebel without a cause. A scout. I don't know.
He murders a man at the beginning, and then we're meant to like him. There's nothing there. He doesn't do anything. Like, none of the characters do anything. It's fucking weird. It's just a fucking weird film.
Sacrifice themselves to get plans to the Death Star so they can defeat the Empire, you fucking ingrate cunt.
Yeah, but they're not characters, though.
That was so aggressive. I apologize for that. I'm so sorry. That was too far. Yeah. Fuck off.
I wonder what Scorsese thinks about Rogue One. I bet he'd tell you it's not cinema.
Yeah, I mean, he probably would. He'd say Ryan Johnson's was, though.
The fuck are we talking about?
We're talking about our movies of the year. Because I stand by Force Awakens being our movie of the year in 2015. I fucking stand by that.
Yeah.
Because the Marvel movie came out that was Age of Ultron. Yeah, I stand by. Force Awakens is my favourite movie. And I stand by that still today.
What else in 2015? Surely something else. Google it. Let's see.
Here's our retrospective on movies of the year.
The Revenant came out in 2015. Surely that's our movie of the year, right? Room?
Hang on. I hadn't seen Room that year, though.
No, but it should be movie of the year, right?
Oh, well, if you're looking back at movies that came out that year that I've now seen years later, Room is the best movie.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to... Okay, yeah, that's fine.
True Story, fucking that's a great movie. Hateful Eight, Age of
Jurassic
Ultron.
World.
I don't know, The Force Awakens is still probably up there for me, man. I mean, it's not the best... Hey, is The Force Awakens the best movie? No, but is it my favorite? Yes.
Is Force Awakens the best movie?
I would... No, that's what I'm saying. Of course,
Yeah,
Room's the best. Okay, well, never mind.
Force
Mission
Awakens is the best
Impossible,
movie.
fucking Rogue Nation.
Rogue One.
Oath. Fuck yeah. Fucking love the Mission Impossible. Fucking yes. Fucking love Mission Impossible. Pitch Perfect 2, Trainwreck with Amy Schumer, amazing.
Classic. Oh,
Yeah.
San Andreas with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
What a film.
That is a film.
Real cinema. That's some fucking cinema right there.
Furious 7.
The movie is still Force Awakens that year, though. But the best movie then was Rome. 2016, Deadpool, the first one. Great fucking movie. Civil War, got to be the best movie that year. Rogue One, great movie.
No.
What else came out that year?
Zootopia.
Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah.
I know how much you love that.
Love it.
The Nice Guys, that's a good movie.
Sausage Party.
Yeah,
Wow.
not a lot, eh? Not a lot.
X-Men Apocalypse. Finding
Yeah,
Dory.
Civil War was definitely the movie of the year that year.
Assassin's Creed, man.
No,
That came out.
I knew you were going to say that. I wasn't going to say it, and you said
That's
I don't like that you said it.
best. Oh my god, you remember that movie?
2017.
Why are we doing this? What the fuck are we
2017.
doing?
Logan came. I don't know. Who cares, man? It's
Why
fucking
are we-
it's Kill Conquer. What do you mean? What are we doing?
What are we? Okay, we've just talked about Marvel and retrospective on movies. This is the
Came out. That's
Wonder Woman, Thor Ragnarok,
War of the Planet of the Apes. Great movie.
War of the Planet of the Apes.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Fucking yes.
Wow, that's good. John Wick 2, Justice League.
Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh, Lego Batman came out in 2017. That movie's fucking
Oh,
good.
shut up.
You've not seen it? I take it.
I've not seen a single Lego movie because I'm not fucking
Lego
retarded.
Batman is so fucking good.
Thor Ragnarok.
Kong Skull Island.
Spider-Man: Homecoming. Spider-Man: Don't Come Home.
Spider-Man Homeward Bound.
Spider-Man: Home. Right in the pussy.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. That's what we're going with.
So that's the real meaning of Spider-Man: Home Run.
The Emoji Movie.
What the fuck?
2017's a weird one. The Greatest Showman. That's a good film.
Great film. That's cinema.
That's cinema. I bet Scorsese loves The Greatest Showman.
Now that's Cinema Room podcast available a week's early access at patreon.com/, as always. We should only be allowed to cover cinema on the Cinema Room. We shouldn't be allowed to cover like Marvel movies. Actually, I've just realized.
Yeah, you're right. Fuck.
It's not called the Movie Room podcast. It's called the Cinema Room podcast.
Exactly. And we talk about games on there as well, and I don't think that's cinema either.
I agree. I think you're right. I think you better stop.
Yeah.
But I do feel like games are more cinema than Marvel movies.
Yeah, definitely.
Wouldn't you agree, fellow cinema connoisseur?
Yeah, 100%. Because you see, Marvel movies are just theme park rides, and video games speak to me on a deeper level.
An experience,
Yeah.
if you will.
When I played The Last of Us,
It changed me as a
yeah,
human.
it really did. It gave me an insight into. I just realized what I was going to say is probably actually true of The Last of Us. To be fair, so.
And we're talking about real cinema as I drink red wine. Actually, I'm actually drinking a nice Pinot Noir right now.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
This is some true.
Because I'm a real cinema connoisseur.
Cinema connoisseur, wine connoisseur, all of the things.
Yeah. Anyway, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, episode 9. Speaking of Star Wars,
Yes.
the final trailer comes out tomorrow.
Oh my god.
Which I was waiting for. I'm like, where's the fucking trailer? Because there's always the final trailer in October when they release tickets
Yeah.
for the movie, and finally here it is.
Wonderful.
So this will be like the proper trailer. Everything else has been teaser trailers. This will be the first actual full, probably like a 3-minute trailer. It was the October one's definitely always the best trailer, I find, especially like for both Last Jedi and Force Awakens. Like the phenomenal trailers. What are you expecting, and what do you want to see out of Rise Skywalker trailer?
What do I want to see?
Do you want to see Palpatine in the trailer? They've teased
no, I don't. I don't, to be honest with you, but I think they might do.
I was about to say, I was like, now, will they do it?
Yeah, I don't. I hope not, but I feel like they might. Maybe like you'll see him like out of focus, or like you'll see his hand, or like you'll see like lightning, like force lightning or something. I don't think they'll full on reveal him standing there like just full on in the nude. Like I don't know.
Why would you be in the nude?
I felt like that's where I was going with that one. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I don't think they'll show him like fully, but maybe like see like him a little bit, like a close up of maybe his hand or like a robed figure from behind or something, you know?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. I do think they will show him because they can't help themselves.
I hope it's more of like an Endgame type trailer. Like I don't want them to go full on with everything. I mean, they
won't.
did good with.
It's not Endgame. Yeah, they won't. They will spoil shit. But
I hope not. I mean, like the last Jedi trailers were always pretty good. I don't think they gave away a lot.
But I think that will be good. I don't think it's going to give away a lot. It's just going to show a lot. Like you're not going to know what's happening in the storyline. That's what I like. I don't think it's going to reveal plot or spoil the movie. I just think they're going to show us stuff. Like they showed us fucking Darth Ray.
Yeah, but I don't think that. I assume that's not like a major plot point. If they've shown it, I don't know. Maybe it's just they're throwing us off. It's a red herring. What'd you say?
They show more of that.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe it shows the extended version of that clip where Rey flicks down the lightsaber and then cuts the head off of Rian Johnson, and it's symbolic cinema. And that's the end of the trailer.
That would be the best ending for the trailer because it's actually real cinema. See,
exactly.
There's meaning that people don't understand behind it, and that would,
Yeah, and I hope they do as well, because we can do a special cinema episode where we break it down in full, the last 5 seconds of the trailer, and we can do like a 2-hour podcast on it.
Dude, I reckon we could do 3 hours.
Yeah, maybe.
We couldn't.
Plenty to say.
For sure. We could only do like about a 15-minute one on the Avengers Endgame because it's not.
Of course.
That's not cinema.
No, not at all.
What are we talking?
Not at all.
No.
What a joke.
Yeah.
Highest grossing film of all time? No.
How embarrassing. How embarrassing. Yeah, but is it the highest grossing cinema of all time?
No, I don't think so.
That's what really matters. Everyone knows what the highest grossing cinema is of all time.
What would that be?
Well, what do you think it is?
No, I asked you.
Well, I think it's Contempt, which is a French New Wave film, made in 1963. Beautiful, just artistic film that really just dives in to what real cinema can do with comedy, where it's not funny at all. Jean-Luc Godard. It's a Jean-Luc Godard film.
Wow, incredible! What a guy.
Yeah. The other thing was, like, I've written so many fucking essays on Jean-Luc Godard. More than I'd like to admit.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Legitimately on that specific fucking French director.
That means you're a proper connoisseur.
Well, fucking, you better believe I'm a proper connoisseur.
You are.
I spent years of my life and spent tens of thousands of dollars to study it. So, that's what real connoisseurs do.
Good. Yeah.
But that's the highest grossing cinema.
Yeah, look, in my opinion, the highest grossing cinema is this little film, this little indie film called Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Right.
You've probably never heard of
it.
I'd recommend.
I have.
It's really powerful. It's this guy called Zack Snyder.
That's cinema. That's a cinema.
It really is. It really is. He's a He's a god of cinema.
Oh, don't you just love cinema?
So much. It's my life.
Yeah. The only thing that like might compete with Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, this Zack Snyder film, is I love watching black and white, silent, Soviet Russian films in the
Oh my
in the
god,
1910s.
really? So do I. We have so much in common.
Yeah. Battleship Potemkin, one of the all-time great films, 1918, I believe that came out.
I remember watching that in the theater with my grandchildren.
Yeah, same. And see, the thing is, my grandkids, probably like yours, they understand cinema.
Oh, of course.
So
I made sure of it.
Unlike all these idiots that listen to the podcast, that they don't get it. Their favorite movie was probably like fucking, John Wick, Avengers Endgame.
What a joke.
Fallout, Mission Impossible Fallout. Like, what idiots.
Pathetic.
But Battleship Potemkin, amazing.
Incredible.
Amazing Russian film. Really just, there's so much politics in the background of what's really happening in real life. And it's still relevant today, you know what I mean? A revolution against the patriarchy,
Yeah, I love
cinema.
It. So much, yeah.
Yeah. We should make t-shirts.
We should make t-shirts.
Let's just say a cinema. I watch real cinema, but it's with an R on the end for legal reasons.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. And then it's just got like on the back, like the Cinema and Podcast.
Yeah. If we run this joke into the ground enough, people will probably buy those.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
I want to launch next year with so many different new shirts.
Yeah, so
Since I'll just get Zach to do them. I'm just going to get Zach to do all the designs.
Okay.
I've already tested him. I got him to do a private design for me.
Oh, yeah, he said about that. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll have to explain it to you and you'll judge me because it's funny as fuck, but also like
Okay.
pretty fucked up. It's also kind of fucked up. So you'll be like, that's disgusting, Tyler.
I think I'll be alright.
I send it to Zach, I'm like, don't judge me. And he just goes, you're a dickhead. And I'm like, yeah, we are. When I told him that. But anyway. Yeah, so predictions for Star Wars Episode 9. The trailer. So, no, you do think
a star
Palpatine will be...
and a war. What do you think?
Right. Well, I'd say that's pretty fucking obvious, James.
No.
Any more details than that?
No.
We don't see a single star, and there's no sense of any war going on.
I mean, there is no war, is there?
Do we see Luke in the trailer?
No. No. Maybe. I want to say no, but he did have a voiceover in the first one, so maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes.
You think?
I'm saying Luke. Yeah.
What do you think they're gonna save for the actual film?
Anakin.
Okay. Is that it?
Well, I'd say probably 95% of the movie.
Yeah, but like, do you think like?
I don't think they're gonna release a whole movie if that's what you're asking me. Like,
oh really?
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, what? Like, other than Anakin though, what major surprises do you think we're gonna get in the movie? Like, there were a few in The Last Jedi.
Rey's parentage.
It was good to watch. Oh yeah, true. That's a good point.
Yeah. Apparently, Reylo gets addressed according to Daisy Ridley.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah. Yes, Queen.
Can we? Fuck. Can we get like a really passionate sex scene between Kylo Ren and Rey?
Oh, I can't wait to see Adam Driver with his shirt off again.
God, I would jerk off in the cinema.
Dude, I've already came.
That would be true cinema.
Just from that's real cinema. Dude, the only way this is real cinema is if they have that.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I fucking love real cinema. Stupid. So stupid.
Oh, God. Yeah,
Fucking dumb.
the Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, look, I don't know what we're gonna see. We don't know anything about this film really, so what can we expect? I don't know. I hope all of the Jedi come back to life and fight side by side, and they come through portals, and it's literally Endgame, but it's but it's Star Wars, and they all show up, and it's amazing. That's
And
what I hope
then
happens.
Rey says, "Avengers assemble." And then Force pulls Mjolnir. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be incredible.
Just imagining a shit British accent, even though it's a real voice.
Oh god.
Avengers.
Oh god, she's a woman too, so there'd just be no authority in her voice.
Worse. There's nothing worse. Yeah, it's no authority in her voice.
And then it kicks off the Scarlett Johansson's female-led film.
And we're the villains.
They come out. The screen lifts up, and they all come out and they murder the audience.
Do you know who I want the lead role to go to if they do an all-female like Avengers movie? Do you know who should be the lead actress of it? Take a guess.
Who?
Winona Ryder.
No.
Do you know why?
Why?
She'd be so good at it because she would literally think it's happening. She'd be like, guys, Thanos is coming. And Scarlett Johansson would be like, what the fuck is she on?
Scarlett Johansson would be like, this was a terrible idea.
Like, they're trying to come up with a plan. They're in the Avengers facility, and like fucking Scarlett Johansson comes in a room, and you've got fucking like Winona Ryder with like lights on the walls and letters drawn on the walls and shit. And she's going, fucking, guys, I know where the Infinity Stones are. There's no, the Infinity Stones are destroyed. Some Infinity Stones. Nope. There are still. I saw it. She's going fucking crazy. And it's like, we've got to go back to Hawkins. And then it's like, we're already in Hawkins. She's like, that's what they want you to think. And that's like the end of the trailer.
Oh, man. That'll be true cinema. I can't wait.
They'll call it Stranger Things 4.
I swear to God, the fuck are we talking about? This is the Last Jedi. No, it's not. It's the other one. The Rise of Skywalker speculation.
Avengers, Rise of Hawkins.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, the Rise of Hawkins.
Oh,
That's what I think.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. Anywho,
Oh.
what can you do?
Star
what can you
Wars. Yeah, sure. I'm excited for it. Excited for that trailer tomorrow. I can't wait.
Well, I am actually really excited for the trailer, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Like, for some reason, I think you're being sarcastic.
I'm not being sarcastic. I genuinely am looking forward to it.
Okay.
We haven't seen anything in a while, and it's
Back on the Star Wars train, I
fun.
like it. You were talking about how much you like, I hate Star Wars now. That's what you sound like.
Star Wars is like,
That's what you sound like.
you know, yeah, it's fine, whatever. But I mean, I'm excited for this film. I hope it's good. And I look forward to The Mandalorian and the Clone Wars, because that'll all be fun too. So hopefully we get some good stuff. And Jedi Fallen Order. Obi-Wan, yeah.
That's the most important thing. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, Obi-Wan and Jedi Fallen Order is looking better by the day, as long as EA don't get their grubby hands all over it. Sick.
Yeah, which is too late. Like, they already have, and it's over. I just love that. Like, I've been watching Shameless recently, like the show Shameless, and one of the main characters, like, is just fucking cuckoo. Really, the further the show goes on, Ian, he's the guy. That actor plays the main guy in Jedi Fallen Order, and like it literally looks exactly like the same voice and everything like that. Yeah, and I'm like, oh shit, it's just fucking Ian, but in a Star Wars game.
Plays the Joker in Gotham, but he's not called the Joker because they're not allowed to call him that because DC are like, or Warner Brothers are like, no, we need the Joker for the movies. Don't confuse the audience. So he's Jerome and Jeremiah.
Right.
And now he's Cal Kestis.
but he's not Izzy. He's just Ian
He's
playing
just
a
Ian.
Jedi. Like, I watched the trailer, I'm like, he's literally just Ian
He's
playing a
just
Jedi.
Ian. I can't wait.
Yeah, Ian Gallagher.
When does
Anyway,
Jedi Fallen Order come out? Is it 15th of November or something? Or the 11th? I don't know. It's November though. In which case,
I
it's
don't know. I'm not
it's a
here,
bit
so
away.
yes, I'm not here, so I don't really. I've just anything coming out while I'm away, I've just completely taken out of my mind.
Fair enough. I think that's the only thing I'm really looking forward to in terms of games. It's just Jedi Fallen Order. Even Death Stranding, I'm like.
See, I'm probably more excited for Death Stranding.
I was interested for a while, and then I've just sort of lost interest. I'm like, yeah, I'll play it, but nah.
I just feel like Jedi Fallen Order's gonna be shit, just because
it's just something so easy. Like, it's Star Wars, and it's like, yeah, this will be easy to just slip into and have a good time.
So's Mass Effect Andromeda, but like,
No, not that.
dude, I started playing Mass Effect. I got Game Pass and I downloaded Mass Effect 1 and started playing. I'm like, fuck, I miss Mass Effect. I hate that they fucked it up. I hate that they fucked it up.
Yeah, they did. They fucked it right up. Real bad. Real fucking bad. They're like, oh, let's make all these mini open worlds for these planets. And it's like, yeah, look, I don't want to drive across a moon for 20 minutes. Like, give me good writing and stuff. What the fuck are we doing? Shit. Fucking shit.
Could not figure out how to play that game for the life of me. Like, I was like, what am I doing?
Like, running back and forth doing errands.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I on the same planet in just this open sandbox thing, and it's taking me 20 minutes to just figure out where to go next?
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening?
So unnecessary. The Mass Effect was so much better when it was linear. Like, it was still open to an extent, but like it was linear sections. Like,
you made the choice of where you went to and what you did and who, all your choices. Yeah. But then, like, yeah, the mission structure was linear, and I loved that.
Way better.
Way better. Way better. I miss the Shepard trilogy. Fucking good times. So but speaking of video games, it's in the title. I gotta say, I don't know why you chose that when I gave you all the topics decisions. But like,
okay, what else did you give me as topics? Because I don't think there was
everything we've talked about. There was Star Wars 9 trailer predictions.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess I just saw Star Wars and thought no. Yeah,
see, and that's your bias.
Yeah.
Is ruining. Yeah, it's ruining. The podcast title.
Oh yeah. I could change it.
You could, and you should change it.
Yeah, I'll change it.
Because Uncharted 2 Retrospective as the lead title isn't very good, is it?
Yeah, that's terrible. Yeah, you're right, actually.
And I thought that straight away.
I did this last night.
You were already asleep.
I'll do it right now. Star Wars Episode 9 predictions.
So I thought to myself, we'll talk about Uncharted 2, the fact that it came out 10 years ago and it was like the 10-year anniversary this week. But like, I'd say it'd be a 5-minute conversation, not a lead title conversation.
No, I think it should have been the whole thing.
You're right. I'd change my mind.
Yeah, good. Right. Let's talk about it
then. Uncharted 2.
Yep.
About 10 years ago.
Yep.
How do you feel, James?
I didn't play it 10 years ago, so I don't know what to tell you.
One more thing, I just want to talk about Uncharted 2 for a second. Because, honestly, I played a little bit this week, and I thought to myself...
Uncharted 2?
Fuck. Yeah, Uncharted 2. Just because it was like 10th anniversary, and I saw everyone else fucking, saying shit about it.
Yeah.
And it just reminded me of, like, Robert made a big video on it, and it reminded me of it. And I'll tell you what it reminded me of. Is that I remember when I first played the Uncharted trilogy, which is when Uncharted 4 came out, I got a PlayStation 4 and thought, fuck yeah, I'm going to buy all the Uncharted games.
Mm-hmm.
And I played them, all 4 of them, within 2 weeks. Amazing time. Absolutely fucking loved it. Now, Uncharted, everyone talked about how good Uncharted 3 was, right? Like, that's what I remember everyone fucking talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like Uncharted 3 that much, if I'm being totally honest.
No, I don't really either.
I think Uncharted 2 gets a lot of shit for, and I think it's by far the best of the first trilogy, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, like, what I love so much about Uncharted 2 is, like, it does what Uncharted 1 did so well, but expands upon it, makes it so much better. There's so many better set pieces, action scenes, the setting and locations are better. It's way longer than 1 and 3, but not in a bad way, in a way like each section adds something new to it, and like it keeps you interested from start to finish of the story. I think it has the most memorable set pieces of the trilogy. I think it has the best sort of character cast because you've got Chloe in there for a good portion of it as well, adds her to it, plus Elena and Sully, great development there, where it builds on our main group. A little bit more about Drake. I just love the storyline for the characters. I love the location settings. I love the history and the treasure they decided to follow, and they up in the Himalayas at the end. And the Lost City specifically was by far the best of the first trilogy. I just think Uncharted 2 is fucking amazing. I love its puzzles too. So fucking good.
Yeah, I think that's a consensus. Really, Uncharted 2 is most people's favorite, even over Uncharted 4 usually.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's a pretty common thing. Most people that love Uncharted always say 2 is the best. 2 or 4. It's usually 2, though.
Mine's 4.
Mine's 4, too. Mine's 4 as well.
But it's close. Yeah. It's close. It's like Uncharted 4... you know what? You did an Uncharted list on Quickfire
I did
topic.
do one, yeah. It was off the top of my head. I don't remember what it was.
And I wanted to say that I am 100% in agreement with your list. I saw your list. I'm like, that is 100% my list as well.
What was it again? It was 4,
Uncharted
2, Lost Legacy, 3, 1?
Yes. And I completely agree with that list.
Yeah. That's a solid list.
And I like Uncharted 1, certain aspects of Uncharted 1 better than 3. Like, I like the location setting.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the pacing of 1 better. But it's just like the gameplay is just so old. And it just didn't know itself yet. It was still building its own identity. Yeah. 2 is what created the Uncharted identity. But 3 at least had the great gameplay and like cool action moments and things like that.
It has a strong opening as well. Like the first third of it is really good. Uncharted 3. Then you've got the middle third, which is like I fucking hate.
I don't remember. The cruise ship. Fuck off.
No
I
good.
hate that shit.
No good. Yeah. And then you've got the final third, which is just sort of like classic Uncharted. It's pretty good.
Didn't add anything new, yeah. Whereas like Lost City and 4, like holy fucking shit.
4 is incredible. I don't understand why anyone would say 2 is better than 4.
Yeah,
I think the main reason is because people prefer the action movie style of 2, the way it's a bit more crazy and over the top, whereas 4 is a bit more grounded. It's a bit more The Last of Us in a way.
It's like the perfect mix between what The Last of Us did and what Uncharted did.
I think so too, but I think a lot of people are just like
gameplay,
like I just like some people just prefer the tone of 2, it being a bit more crazy, over the top action sort of thing, whereas I prefer 4. But
someone just brought up Aloy, Chloe, Price. The villains of 3 were bad. Yeah, the villains of Uncharted 3 sucked.
Who were they?
It was just, remember that old lady? And she had some like Templar cults, just like for the
Marlowe. Is that her name?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, fucking. What are we talking about? But 2, those giant, like a fucking Russian dude. Like, I don't know. He was just fucking. He wasn't great, but he was fine. Like, I was like, yeah, pretty menacing.
Mm-hmm. Pretty menacing bloke.
He goes alright. But yeah, Uncharted 2, like just from the start of that game, where you start off and you're on the train, fucking like it just kicks you in the nuts with excitement right from the get go of the movie.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Absolutely fucking love Uncharted 2, and I just wanted to talk about how much I loved it for a little bit of this podcast, because it's been 10 years, and I thought, you know what, Uncharted 2 deserves to be talked about. It deserves the credit. It doesn't deserve to be the lead part of the title. And the only reason I didn't say anything to you is because it was too late and I knew you'd be asleep and you wouldn't change it anyway. So I was like, whatever.
I apologize.
I guess that's the title now. But also be better at titles. But that's right, man. I think
I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. I'll do better in the future. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. 3 sets up 4's biggest twist, though. What does it set up?
What twist? Oh, Nate's real name.
Oh,
His
that's not really
actual
the biggest
ancestry.
twist. That was not the biggest. You thought that was the biggest twist of 4?
I didn't think it was a. I mean,
Would it
what are
not
the,
be
what are the
that
twists
Sam
are there?
betrays him and he has a brother?
Does Sam betray him?
Yeah, remember he lied
Oh,
to
he
him?
lied to him. Yeah, true.
Which I suspected the whole time. I remember I told you
yeah.
when I was like, I didn't trust Sam at all. At all.
Yeah,
until that was...
yeah. He, I think that's probably the betrayal or the lying is probably the biggest twist. But I think his whole name is a bit more important.
I didn't find that at all.
There's a bit more emotion there. Like it was cool. Like I love that moment where they come up with their new names and it plays the Uncharted theme in the background and it's like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah,
that's nice. But I mean, you didn't need Uncharted 3 setup to have that.
Yeah,
it's good though. I mean, it's all fucking good.
Yeah. Amir just goes, as much as I love 4, the pacing was just so off for me. There's barely any action for fucking hours at some bits. And also, that's partly why I love 4 so much, because you don't
pacing.
Fucking action every 5 minutes. Thanks, Last of Us. Fucking
you don't need. Okay, you don't need action all the time. That's perfect pacing. Is having that downtime where you just got character moments. You have puzzles. You're climbing around. If you need to be shooting people to be engaged with the game, I think that's a you problem. That's not the game's problem. Especially when it does the downtime so fucking well. The dialogue's so well written. The puzzles are engaging. You've got actual climbing. You're not just doing nothing. It's just not shooting people. I don't think you need to have action all the time. It makes those action moments stand out and be more important as well because it's not constant. I think Uncharted 4 is a perfectly paced game. If you're talking about like top paced,
and there's
games,
never hours without action. There's always action every hour, I'd say.
Yeah, I think the longest you go is maybe an hour. Maybe not even, like, when you first get to the Battaglia.
There's always some action, but the action doesn't last fucking hours. You have just action bits and then character development. It's great.
Yeah.
Like when you're actually exploring like like when you go to the pirate island or whatever and you're in like the caves underneath it and stuff, like how cool that is under the church. That's one of my favorite bits of 4. And you and Sam going through, and I'm just sitting there like, imagine an Assassin's Creed that was linear like this.
Of course you are, AC YouTuber.
But I've talked about this before. I'm just like, fucking why? I just don't get it.
Yeah, look, I get it. I just don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. Anyway,
Assassin's Creed.
Uncharted, great franchise. I can't wait for Uncharted 5 with Nate's daughter as the star. Thanks, Colin Moriarty, for revealing that to us on the podcast. But yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the topics.
Oh, that's sick.
That's it for the topics. We said we're going to keep this short. James, you've got shit to do.
I do indeed.
Your parents will be around any minute.
They shall be.
And, you know, you're on the road to 100k subs right now, mate.
Oh, it's crazy. My sub growth has picked up pretty quite a bit.
AC video.
I did do an AC video, that's right. But it's still going, which I think is good to see.
It's still going with the views on the AC video.
That's true. That is a good point. But I'm on 97,500 now, which is... I've gained 500 subscribers super quick. So I'm going to be on 100k in no time by the end of this year. And I'm very excited for that.
I can't wait.
Don't know what I'm going to do for it, but...
Tynamite highlights on Laser's channel.
That's a good idea.
That's a good ring. I mean, you haven't done it yet. You were like, well, what, I want to do something I haven't done before. Well, you haven't done it. I'm just saying you don't have to do it, but I'm just saying you haven't done it. And I feel like that's what people really at some point would want. So that's all I'm saying. That guy's probably the best part of your channel.
Yeah, you're right.
Most underrated part of your channel, at the very least.
You're definitely right.
Yeah. Someone just said, is Uncharted 5 being made by Naughty Dog or some other dev company? It's being made by Naughty Dog, but a separate team.
Yeah. Which I don't know if that bodes well or not, because the best Uncharted games are the Neil Druckmann games, being 2 and 4.
Yeah.
But I don't know. He's doing The Last of Us, so I don't know. Hopefully they get someone else good to do it, and hopefully it's not another 3. But I don't... Did Neil do Lost Legacy?
Yeah.
He did.
Oh, actually, I don't know.
I hope he didn't, because that means at least there's another good team that can make Uncharted games.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I think
Lost
it's good. I
Legacy's
mean, it's like fucking Sony's top franchise. Like, they're known for Uncharted, so they're not gonna fuck it up, I don't think.
Yeah. Fuck. How good was Lost Legacy?
So
What a great fucking game.
I can't wait to replay them. Me and Elva are going to replay them. We finished Horizon Zero Dawn on Lasers Extra, so we're going to stream through all the Uncharted games, because I'm pretty sure, I'd have to ask her, but I'm pretty sure Uncharted's our favourite set of games.
Right.
So
okay.
that'll be fun.
That's fair.
I look forward to it.
Exciting. Well, let's wrap this motherfucker up, James.
Okay.
Let's call it a day. And I can go to bed.
Fantastic. All right. Thanks, everybody, so much for joining us for this episode of the Kill Connor Club podcast. Thank you to our Patreon producers, King Richard III, Smexy Dork, Elska91, HBars12, I Got Big Shoes, Seth, and Josh Develier. Thank you so much. If you want some more content, because this podcast was so fucking sick and also nice, head over to patreon.com/, as always. Drop us just $1 or more. You get access to everything on there. We've got the drunk Assassin's Creed movie thing that we did, the commentary. We've got weeks early access to Cinema Room, one of which is coming out as soon as this podcast finishes, which is on El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. So that'll be great. Head over to Patreon straight away after, and that'll be up on there, as well as exclusive access to the Clubhouse podcast, which is the best podcast, and that's where you want to be. It's what you want to listen to. So head over there. It's fantastic. It's magical, and also it helps support us. So go and check it out. And to thank everybody pledging $5 or more, we have got King Richard III, Smexy Dork, Elsko91, HBars12, I Got Big Shoes, Seth, Josh Develier, Ballsack47, Damian, Billy the Team Tynamite, Captain Robertson, Tman or Travis, SuperTuberEddie, Baby Boy, KEMOSABE Gamer, Casey Wood, Pink Flame 313, Adam Sundling, Alfie Rowsell, Jamie Brown, Jesper Olsen, Lumistrad, DIDDLOTIC, Mary380, Lives in a Society, The Creed, Fat Fuck Cuck, Brendon BQ Overlord, RAVJAI, Ikraik, Oscar, Benedict Parker Returns, Jimli, James and Lad, Connor Durose, Bully in the Alley, Zahir the FAT Gamer, Max H. Jean, Zeek Collins Lives in a Society, Son of a Bitch, OG Doggo, George, Noah Watts, Furious Coco, Nick Miller, The ACMJS, Travanoski, McZed, Kassassin, Kyle, S. Jaws, Marcus Blackburn, Emil Capel, Joshua Mora, Ginkgo Swag, Master Bass, Ashton the Lad, Amir the Synth Potato, Yazin, Joe the Sex Boy Smith, Joe aka Founded Scarab, Iron Man's for the Dads, Derriday, Alfie Robert, Brian Ford, Casper, Fishy, and Andrew Martinez. Thank you all so much. You're all bloody fantastic. And we'll see you next time in 2 weeks for another Kill Connor Club. And whatever else, I don't fucking know. I don't know why I insist on telling you the dates that we do things, because I don't even remember these days. So just stay tuned.
It's coming. It will be a thing.
They're coming. Head over to, as always, though. Cinema Room will be out on El Camino literally like this second right now.
Do it. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks very much. We'll see you later, boys. Hang on. Where's the fucking end stream button? Okay, see you later, gamers. Catch you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.